Okay, so let's point out the most important things of Gavotte. I'm looking at my key signature right now. Gavotte has no sharps. There are no sharps. I'm looking at that right now. I'm also seeing at the very beginning, I'm seeing some really nice staccato. And I can see that we're going to be playing this a little faster. Not right now. We're going to play it very slow. So we're going to, and I noticed that even though we have two staccato notes at the beginning with a pop, pop, we've then got a long note. Long running, pop, pop, long running, long running, long running, long running, long, long, pop, pop. Now notice your pop, pop notes. The reason I say this is your, where I'm saying long, it's still quarter notes, and your pop notes are still quarter notes. So you have to give them the same note value. The reason I am saying pop, pop with you is because you've got staccato notes versus you need to use a longer note and not just a shorter staccato note. So just make sure you know the difference between those two. Okay, that's the first line. Those are the things I'm mainly paying attention to. Okay, you've got some, also some staccato notes that have like the slur line above them where they are tied together. Make sure you do those in one bow. Okay, so here we go, starting on A to E. Notice it's C natural. Sharp. Fourth finger. So watch your sharp and your fourth finger coming right into that. Mark your music. So right now we've got some staccato notes. If we were to use our metronome, let's play it again with our metronome, my foot stomping. Here we go. And. Sharp fourth finger. Okay, I want you to stop this and I want you to play along with me. Listen to me right now. Okay, I am not here with you to make you do this over and over and over and over again like I usually do. I am leaving it up to you to pay attention as our little Sherlocks. You've got to be able to look at this and be like, man, I still am not sounding that great. Let me detail this out more. Make sure I'm getting all my naturals and everything that I need to so you can come back and play it with me. So come back and play that part with me. If you are adding extra notes or you're not natural, you're not where you're supposed to be, you need to stop it and do it again and again and again. If you go section by section, sometimes you even have to go measure by measure. You will learn it so much faster. If we come back after break, and we are having to rework every single song because you were not detailed and you did not closely pay attention to your proper notes, we are going to be in a mess. You're going to have some that are just moving forward without you, and you're going to have to stay back into a lower group. So really pay attention to the detail on these pieces. I'm going to go ahead and stop it, let you play it, and then come back and we'll play it together. Okay, let's play that section together before we move on, starting with the beginning. Ready? And. That rhythm is really important. So let's look at that measure, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're starting on C. C is our third finger on the G string, and we're going to start going G or C to G. So we're going to start on that C on the G string and then go to G. Here we go. Starting with a down bow. Long, natural. Good, let's try it again. Ready, and. Notice my slurs. Don't mess up on those slurs. Let's try again. Again, ready, and. Good. Let's try it one more time. Okay, let's try that part again. Slurring. Slur and separate bows. Okay, let's go ahead and stop right there. I want you to play that first little bit before we move on to this next section. So when you come back, you should be ready to move on to measure 12 after the E. So you're going to move on the staccato E going to the B. Okay, practice and come back. All right, we're back again. Let's go ahead and start from that E to that B on measure 10, 11, 12, starting on that E as a staccato. Here we go. Natural, natural, natural. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and try to do mine memorized, so I don't have to turn your page. Let's go ahead and start 14, 15, 16, starting on that A. Move together with those bows. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and. Down, down. This part is so hard. The reason it's so hard is because my students don't practice it slow and take it measure per measure to make sure they have all the naturals that they need. This is the only reason why this is hard. If you practice it correctly the first time, you will have it right and it will be good. If you do not practice correctly and you're out of tune, this is going to take you forever. So pay close attention. We're going to start on that down bow going A, B, C, natural, D, E, sharp, F, then sharp, G, E. So let's try it. We're going to mark them. I want you to have a pencil with you. I want you to mark these. Here we go. Ready? And. Natural. Sharp. Sharp. Now, right here, you guys have learned to shift, so you can actually shift up to that high A. Then you've got that C. Shift down to G sharp. F natural. See how different that is? It's because you are playing sharp 1 minute, natural the next minute. That is why this is tricky. Let's try it again with our 2 down bow A's. Now, the other thing you can do is instead of going into shifting into third position, the first position way, I want you to learn both if you want to learn the first position way. Otherwise, I just want you to learn the third position way. But it is good to know you can stretch that pinky up and hit that high C. Instead of shifting, you can actually move him up there and then just come back down. But we are going to shift. Here we go, starting on A. Down, down, B, natural, D, E, sharp, sharp, E. Let's do that part again. Here we go. Starting A with a down, 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 B, C, D, E, sharp, sharp, E, shift, A, high C. Now C is kissing your B. Then second finger, A. So basically you're starting with your A with your first finger, A, Your C is your third finger kissing B. See if you can see my fingers better. So we are shifting. Try it again. A, B, C, D, E, F, sharp, E, shift to high A. Then put your second finger down just so you can get your third finger kissing it so you're in tune for that C. Then you're going to shift back down, but you're going to shift to a G sharp. Then still an F natural, which is not on blue, it's a nut note. Natural F, natural C, okay, so I'm going to try it again. Down bow, here we go. A, B, natural D, E, sharp, sharp, E, shift. A, C, B, A, sharp, down, natural E, D, C, D, C, B, A, G, natural E, D, natural B, A, E, A, B, it's the same thing. E, sharp, sharp, E, shift. Sharp, natural E, D, C, D, C, B, A, G, natural E. Okay, so I want you to go off. This might take you a few days. You are not to move on until you can perfect that with that shift. All right, now remember on our shifting, when we shift from our E to our high A, we're gonna use that first finger and go where our third finger normally goes. Then we have our second finger, and our third finger is gonna be that C that you're trying to hit, kissing your B, which is where your pinky normally goes. Okay, if you have any questions on this, just FaceTime me. We can walk it through together, make sure that you have it correct. Once you have this done, come back and we'll work on the next part. Okay, we're gonna move on to our next part. We're gonna start first where we were struggling, right? With our A going up with our bow and coming with our two down bow A's. So we're gonna start with an up bow, or a down bow, sorry, we're gonna do the jump, the little lift. Ready, and. Natural. Okay, work on that part and then come back. All right, so we did that next little part. We are now on measure 31, 32, 33, 34, but we're gonna skip that E and go right to our A. So we are back where we have learned, we know this part. This should not be that hard. Let's just go slow. Ready, and sharp. You should know this already. All right, that's the end of the song. So really watch all of your little parts, make sure your naturals are in place and where everything needs to be, and then play through that whole song and send it to me. Every single one of these, once you feel like you have them perfected, I want them sent back to me, and I want to make sure that you're where you need to be. If you are not ready and you're not prepared, or it's not going the way it needs to, like, basically, if you're just not practicing, you need to let me know, because you cannot move forward if you're not practicing. So please get this done every day so that you can catch up and keep up. You should also be reviewing several of your pieces earlier on in your Suzuki book, because we are planning on passing this off. As soon as we can all congregate together again, let's nail this and get it done so we can have a book to pass off. So we've got 2 songs left to learn after this one, and we're finished. So now is the time to review. Remember, in waltz, you've got to shift and make those shifts. And those federation pieces should still be fresh on your mind. So make sure you're practicing at least 3 additional pieces each day in this book. You've got your fiddling piece to practice. You always start out with your scale work. Should have everything that you need. Keep a pencil with you so you can mark all the things that we've talked about and make sure that your piece is where it needs to be.